think I'm live. I should be live. I hope it's streaming at decent quality. I was gonna stream an hour ago, but got caught up tweaking the settings on my live stream and mainly rejigging things so there's more real estate. So I'm streaming at a higher resolution, mainly so you can see this machine better that's in front of me, because if I switch to this view, yeah, I'm using the whole canvas now. I'm still in the corner on the little telly, but this wouldn't fit on the in the view, in the 4:3 view inside the TV surround. But of course I've still used 4:3 for showing you the output from these machines, so that should be on here, so the TV's there. Yeah, I think it's going to be better. I'm just a bit concerned that I've upped the resolution too high and it's going to affect the stream, so if anyone's watching, let me know if the stream is just effed. It would be a shame if it is, but if it is, then yeah, I'll have to dial it back a bit, I guess. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I can't easily watch the stream and stream at the same time. So as long as it's not too jerky. I am seeing a bit of lag, like more lag than normal, so I think it's processing the stream, or struggling to process the stream in time. Anyway, let me know if anyone's watching out there. Drop a note into chat. I should be able to see both Twitch and YouTube chats, so hopefully that'll work. Don't know why the YouTube wasn't working. Ah, there we go. Volume's a bit low. Okay, volume's a bit low. I can do something about that. Let me just grab this. Oh, do you know what? It is low. Let's pop that up again. How's that? In fact, yeah, that's probably better, I'd say. Not quite sure why it was down so low. All right. So, what am I going to do today? Got a couple of things. So let me switch back to this view. This is cool. Hey, Mike. There we go. So the owner of this machine has joined. This is my brother's Canon MSX machine. He bought when he was a teenager, I guess. I'm not entirely sure, Mike. Maybe you can drop into chat the story behind it, because I don't actually know. I always wondered why you bought this machine, to be honest. I mean, it's an interesting machine, but I don't know an awful lot about it, and we didn't really have very many games for it. The games we had were mainly kind of British, UK games. They were ports from Spectrum games. By companies like Mastertronic. They were budget games because we didn't have very much money back then. We were kids, so they're like £1.99 budget titles from Mastertronic, like Soul of a Robot. Feud we had, which was a pretty good game. Hello MSX. So yeah, I didn't know very much about this machine at all, and in fact, it's been really interesting this past week. I've spent some time looking at what games it had for it, because as you can see here, I have the BackBit Pro cartridge and the MSX adapter for it, which I've made up. Maybe just a few words about this adapter quickly. I did have some problems with it. because I don't know if you can see, but all of the other adapters, like this one here, this is the Acetronic one, which I might make up later. So you can see it says wrong way, insert other side, and if you can see here, it's got this sort of surround going around those two pins there, and those two pins line up with the cutout in the connector. You can see that. So you know which way is the right way. Anyway, the MSX one does not have that surround. It doesn't have it on either side, and it doesn't say in wrong way, insert other side either. And so I thought, well, does that mean that it really doesn't matter which way around you solder it? Are the pinouts the same on both sides? Seems odd. And then I thought, well, we've got numbers 1 and 49 on this side, and 50 and 2 on that side. So I kind of figured that, you know, 1 would correspond to the front of the cartridge, and so 1 would go this way. Anyway, I soldered it all together, and I tried it out, and of course it didn't work. And so I was then faced with a number of potential reasons that it didn't work. The primary one was that I'd soldered it in upside down, or back to front, obviously. That was the first thing that I thought. Or I'd somehow damaged the adapter itself, or there was some compatibility issue, or there was a problem with the cartridge slot, although I do have another cartridge, and that seemed to work okay. But I thought, well, do I dealing again, and which, you know, would be pretty tricky, I think. I don't want to use hot air on it because it's a plastic connector, so do I try and desolder it without damaging any of the pads on it, or do I put a piece of tape over the cutout and cut a new cutout in the other side of the connector and spin the connector around so that it now fits on the other side, and try it out, and which obviously was a lower risk solution. It was a quick way of testing to see if that really was the problem, and, you know, why do the job properly if you can botch it? So that's what I've done, and sure enough, I'll show you what I subsequently observed. Let me just get the there we go. Get the telly on. Let's see. Okay. Ready? Ta-da! Move that a little bit. There we go. Look at this. Awesome sauce. You can't remember why or when you got it. Like the arrow keys. Yeah. That's a really good point, actually. Arrow keys are great. In fact, if I, which one is it? This one? Yeah, there we go. You see them on the arrow keys, and you can see the selected file moving up and down, left and right, jump page at a time. There we go. Let's just go back up here. Yeah. In fact, the down arrow key didn't work very well. When I set this up last week, it really needs a clean, actually. I need to pull the keys and give it a good old clean. But the down arrow key wasn't working, but it's got gradually better. It's now as reliable as as the up one, actually. Yeah, it's basically knocked off a bit of the patina, bit of the oxidation off the contacts as I've been messing around with it this week. So that's good news. I don't think it needs. I mean, I'm happy to clean and get some service all on the keyboard, but I don't know what the mechanism is for these buttons. So hopefully I won't need to do anything because it seems to be all sorted now. But anyway, so I was looking, just going to the MSX directory here. I was looking at what the kind of games catalogue for this machine looks like, because obviously we didn't have any of the Japanese games. We only had the UK games, and only I think maybe 6 tapes we had. We also, I'm going to show this quickly actually before doing this. The one other thing that we had is this, the quite famous hole-in-one game, which I don't know. Did this come with the machine, Mike, or did you buy it? But quite a while ago, and in fact before you gave me this machine to look after, this cartridge was with a bunch of other stuff that I took from our parents' house, and I wasn't really into messing around and refurbishing these old machines at the time, and so I sold this cartridge. I just put it in a lot of cartridges and old tapes and stuff that I didn't think were that useful anymore, and flogged it on eBay for like a tenner or something, and then realised subsequently that this is actually the first game of the guy who became the 4th chief executive of Nintendo Corporation. This was pretty much the first game that he worked on, so it's a fairly well-known game. So I put a saved search on eBay, looking for this cartridge, trying to replace it, trying to get it again, so that I guess if it is the launch cartridge, then it should be with the machine. Anyway, it took like 3 years for one to come up that was in good condition and wasn't like ludicrously expensive. So I certainly didn't make money on the deal. But if we stick it on there. There we go. I've also got, I'll just show this. I have an old Spectra video joystick plugged into it as well, which is fitting. So this really brought back memories, actually. Like, I'd forgotten about this game, but I think we played it quite a lot. It's a really good game. It's a really good golf game. And really easy to pick up and play, actually. Let's go with what? What should we go here? 6 iron? 5 iron? 5 iron. Oops, too much. Doesn't tell you how far away from the hole you are. Let's go sand wedge. Oh crap. Am I still off? No, I'm on. Huh. You had a Memotech. Oh wow, that's really interesting. That you were this showed you were colorblind, mate. In fact, let's try that out. Okay, we'll go 2 players. Unfairway. So player 2. Oh wow, okay. I guess it is. It's quite hard to see anyway, to be honest. I mean, oh, can't see it at all when it's moving. Wow, I can't see that either. I mean, I am also a bit red-green colorblind, but I can't see the red ball at all. That is really interesting. Isn't that interesting? In the days before accessibility was an important thing, you just sort of see it. Oh, let's go with a pitching sand wedge, maybe. Big sand wedge. Full power. You can see it on the green a bit better. Where has it gone? Oh, okay. Putt from off the green here. Yeah, it's really not easy to see. Okay, let's go this way a little bit. Oh, I missed it. That was rubbish. Also rubbish. There we go. Yeah, you're right. On the fairway, and when you're teeing off, it's almost impossible to see the player 2 ball. Interesting. I mean, this is not the best image, I have to say. Like, yeah, it's much brighter and more vibrant on the CRT downstairs. I'm not quite sure where the interference is coming from on this, and you can see there's like vertical jail bars on the image, but yeah, I mean, I'm filming it off a TV directly, so I don't run it through a capture card. I don't want to introduce another kind of, yeah, potential point of failure or kind of misconfiguration or something into the whole setup. Plus, there's so many different machines that I run here that running them all through upscalers and everything on the Workbench is just not really a viable thing. I have an upscaler in the games room, but not here, so I know it's not the best image as it comes through the stream, but it's pale green. You think it's pale green? All right. Well, let's. This is maybe not the best hole to try it on. As it goes over water, but maybe, yeah, if I do the same shot into the rough, then we'll see if we can pick it up. I think it is red. As it goes bigger, as it comes towards the camera, after I hit it, I think it's red. Let's have a look. I think that's red. Oh, it's in the bunker now, so you can actually see it. Whew. That might be close. Sand wedge. Yeah, it's definitely red, but it's not a bright red. In fact, a lot of the colours on this machine, a bit like here, if you can see the red around the arrow here, it's not a really deep red, bright red. It's all a bit kind of pastel-y. But I think that's the colour that the ball is. It's going to die. I forgot to take the slope into account here. That's interesting. Oh, I see. It's still this. There we go. Pop it to there. Oh dear. Anyway. Obviously it's not NTSC, it is a PAL unit. It's a UK unit with a UK power supply and everything, so but yeah, let's have a look at some other games. One of the things that I figured out about this, or that I didn't know, but discovered during the week, is, well, first of all, it came out earlier than I thought it did. Obviously, it didn't come to the UK until, I guess, the mid-80s, but it was released in Japan in '83, I think. So it's kind of contemporary, or the year after the Spectrum came out in the UK, and it was essentially like the people's 8-bit platform in Japan, like the Spectrum was and the Commodore 64. And so got a huge amount of support, but of course it was based on an open architecture, or an open standard that was shared amongst all the Japanese manufacturers. So this happens to be a Canon one, but there was one by Sony, and Panasonic made one, and I think Yamaha made one. There some are rarer than others, and some are different. There was kind of, the basics are all the same, so the keyboard and cartridge slot and the peripheral connectors, but some of them were, there was also extensible, so some manufacturers kind of built their own input-output stuff and their own peripherals and things. And then of course there was the MSX2 standard that came along afterwards, and then the MSX2 Plus, I think, and then the Turbo after that. So one of the things this week has been finding MSX1 games and distinguishing them from MSX2 games, because in some repositories they're not really easily distinguished. Oh, you got this in Switzerland. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, Switzerland runs PAL, and I think 220 volts, don't they? This is obviously probably not the original figure of 8 connector running power into it. So, as such, as it was kind of the main 8-bit computer for a lot of people in Japan, it was very well supported by Japanese games companies pre the NES, right? Or certainly in parallel with the NES. I think the NES came out in 83 as well, or 84 maybe. But a company like HAL Laboratories that did the golf game that we just looked at, they became kind of the major third-party games developer for Nintendo. So a lot of games that were then on the NES and SNES afterwards started on this platform, including Metal Gear Solid first came out on this platform, or on the MSX2 possibly. But also a lot of the arcade companies, Taito and Konami, they did really good ports of arcade games. So this is kind of known as a really good arcade port platform, which of course the Spectrum never was. and the C64 wasn't really. I mean, there were some good conversions, and eventually, but when it first launched, we didn't have good arcade conversions, but in Japan, most people got to play all of most of the arcade games that had come out in the late 70s and early 80s had really high quality conversions for this platform. So I want to look at some of those, and then I also want to look to see how good the cart is at reading disk images, because as we'll see, if I go in here, so this is the ROM set that I got off the Internet Archive. So these here in the root, these games in the root here, these are sort of other games that I've since added that aren't part of the original dump. And then there's like a load of disk files. These are all disk files of games that came out in the UK and Spain. There seems to have been quite a big scene in Spain and in the Netherlands. So these are games that weren't Japanese releases, and then these are European releases that are in that Internet Archive set, and then the Japan releases, and like one or two Korean releases. But these are all ROM files, so these are all basically binaries. But the BackBit will also read some disk files. I think you can convert disk files to ROMs as well, but I think it's a complicated process. Obviously, some disk files or some games came on multiple disks, or read from disks, as parts of the game needed to load, and it wasn't just a single binary memory dump from the machine. So I'm not sure whether any of those work. I haven't really got into that yet. There also seem to have been like some UK-based games got converted and then released in Japan, like Alien 8 here. So this is so this shows how the BackBit works. So it's just rebooted, and has now loaded the Alien 8 game. Let's turn this down a little bit. But yeah, this is an Ultimate Play the Game game, right? This is a straight port from the UK Alien 8 game. So let's go joystick, start game. It's Alien 8. This is a Spectrum game, obviously, by the famous Ultimate Play the Game, based in Ashby de la Zouch in Leicestershire, that then later became Rare, and made their name in Nintendo 64 games, including GoldenEye, for example. So it's interesting to see that they had a relationship with the Japanese games market from this early. I mean, when did Alien 8 came out? I think it was after Attic Attack, wasn't it? Maybe just after Night Law. So yeah, 86 or something like that. Anyway, I thought that was really interesting. There's a few. Gunfight is in here as well, another Ultimate game. But what I wanted to look at were some of these arcade games. So let's look at Arkanoid, and I want to look at Bank Panic as well. Bank Panic was one of my favourite arcade games. There we go. Tato, official license conversion, 1986. Push start button. Spacebar. Sounds great. Okay. Looks like there's no joystick control. Let's run it on the keys. Slowed it down. It's interesting, the power-ups are different colours, but they're not, they don't have letters on them. Oops. I think there might have been a laser I just missed there. Is that slow down? Oh, brown is slow down, isn't it? Oh, there we go. That was red. A very clacky spacebar. Really does need a CRT, this machine. Although, it's good. It's a really nice version. Yeah, I might at some point have a look to see what else I can get out of it, video wise. I think it's just composite. I don't really. Have a look at the moment. Okay, let's have a look at Bank Panic. So this is a Sega game. Now, okay. Usually in this game you can move around and you have 3 doorways in front of you, and you can press one of 3 keys to fire at the left, middle or right doorway. So I'm not sure which keys they are. That's going left and right. Nope. What are the keys? No, I'm just going to get shot. I tried keys 1, 2, 3 at the beginning on the first one, but nope, not number keys. Oh, okay. I think it might be full stop, slash and shift. Oh, there you go, one more go. This is super impressive though, as an arcade conversion. I mean, I just think we would have absolutely loved having arcade conversions of this quality on some of the other machines. Oh. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but it's full stop, slash, and this extra key down here. Oops, I need to... Oh. I didn't recognize those as gangsters. Bandits, I should say. Rubbish. Looks like he's holding a present. Okay. Where am I? Okay, someone coming here. Someone coming on the right hand side. Left. Dead. Come on, move, move. Okay, where do I need to get? 1 and 2. Let's get to 1 and 2. Okay, 5. Let's cover 5, 6, 7. Good. Perfect. Okay, 9 and 10 to go. That should do it. Yay. Nice. I want to try Gallagher. Where are they going to put me? 4, 5, 6. Let's go right. Okay, someone's coming to 7 first. Looks like, oh, middle one. Is she being held up? Yep. Okay, 7, 8. Okay. 10, 11, 12. Dead. Oh, there's a bomb on 1. She's being held up. Okay. Need 10. Let's put 10 in the middle. Oh. Friendly fire. Rubbish. Okay. Oof. Where am I? Okay. Go to 3. Still need 3. Yes. Go on, close the doors. Okay, 7. That's good. 10. There's another bomb on 3. Oh, it's the end of the game though. Come on, come on. Come on. End of the level, I should say. It's an odd selection of keys. Because I've got the rightmost door on my right thumb, and the left and middle on my left hand down here. Move this up, you can probably see it a little bit. I'm going to move on. Honestly, I just like this game. I always did like this game. It's a simple premise, but they've made it really fun. This is a bit, seems a bit easier than the arcade version actually. Oh, that's good. 1 and 2 to go. And 6. Let's get over here. Sweet. Bomb on 5. Let's get 5 and 6. Oh, what? Oh no. I missed that. I was wondering what happened to 10. I thought I'd done 10. Anyway. Yeah, good. Nice. I guess this is before the Master System as well. So these arcade companies, this is the vehicle to get their arcade games into people's homes, extend their lifespan a little bit. I guess 85. When did the Master System come out? About the same time, right? 85. All right, let's move on. Basic lessons. Is that lessons in actual coding basic? Certainly looks like basic. Casio. It's going to be in. It's going to be in Japanese. Ha! Look at that. It's in Japanese, but I don't have the Japanese character ROM in this version, so it's just coming out in special characters, European special characters, like Greek. Huh. Yeah, it looks like it's a basic tutor teaching basic. Interesting. Bomberman. Right, so this, I think this was the first version of, this is Hudson Soft, isn't it? Bomberman, that spawned huge numbers of copies and clones. But I'm pretty sure I was reading this is the first one. Is there a current dev scene for the MSX? I think so. I think there's homebrew, yeah. Definitely researchable. I mean, I think there's like a hacker scene where people are kind of improving on some of the games that came out, either translating them from Japanese. I know there's I've got a version of Monty which has been kind of updated. It's got like a better key combinations and it supports different joysticks and things, I think. But I think there's also actual homebrew. There we go, it's Bomberman. Marvelous. Oh, I actually did get the enemy. Oh, you can lay multiple bombs. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, it would be cool to see how far they can push the hardware. I'll check it. Yeah, see what people are doing with it nowadays. As I say, I've never engaged with this machine before, so well, not, you know, with this machine in front of me, but with the whole MSX scene. Bosconian, there's a classic arcade game. What does this look like, by the way? Can you guys see this okay? Does it sound alright? You can hear the game sound okay? Is this joystick? It is. Huh, interesting. That's rubbish. That scanner on the right hand side, we've got the same accessibility issue as with golf, I think. Ah, got it. I always like the fact that you've got rear facing. Yeah, I think there's another one up here. Can you see that even? To get in from above. There we go. So where? Oh shit. I can just see that there's another thing here on the screen. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can see it a bit easier. I'll turn the game sound up a little bit then. I'm going to take this downstairs to the CRT in the snug after the stream's over, just to see how. Terrible. Got it. I was just saying how much I like the fact you can shoot behind, you know, backwards. And I don't use that feature enough when I'm being chased. Right there. Come on, get in there. There we go. One more, I think. Attack. Here they come. Spy? What's that mean? No idea what that means. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Okay. Right. That was hard. Good though. I mean, I could play that for a long time. That's a good conversion. Again, yeah. Lovely. Boulder Dash. Burger Time. I suspect some of these are also arcade games that are just a bit less well known. Choplifter. There's an Apple II classic from Broderbund. Look at that. Yeah. License from Broderbund. I used to play this to death. Okay. How do you turn around? Space? No. Maybe I shouldn't play this with a joystick. I'm gonna have to go backwards. I'm gonna have to fly backwards. Pick up my guys. Come here, guys. Come on. Run. I just killed my own guys. Come on, run faster than a tank. We're gonna get died here. So, okay. Alright, let's I may not be able to land either without being able to turn around. How do I turn around? Let's land here. There we go. Nice. Circus Charlie. There's a lot of games to try out here. But let's... Dig Dug. Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 2. I wonder if these are RPGs. I do want to try Galaga out, and then I want to try out some of the disc files. I have to say as well, BackBit Cart, absolutely terrific. For ROMs, certainly. We'll see how many of the disc images. Okay. Okay, look at this. Is this pre-Zelda? When did this come out? What are you thinking, Mike? Do you want the machine back? Get yourself a BackBit Cart. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Oh god. Can I move? Oh yeah. Okay, it's an RPG. And then Dragon Quest 2. This is all MSX1 stuff as well, obviously. There's a huge library of MSX2. So, I mean, if I was buying one of these machines nowadays, I'd probably try and get an MSX2. I think they're backwards compatible, right? MSX1 games run on 2, but not vice versa. I don't really know very much about the Plus and the Turbo. They were later, like 1990 or so, the Turbo, I think. Xerion. Did that get a Spectrum port? Or am I thinking of Exelon or something? Yeah, I need to learn Japanese first. Well, this is what I mean. I have a feeling that some of these games have been translated. I think they've been disassembled and converted. I hope that's true, because it'd be interesting to play some of them. Oh, okay, this is a... Is this an arcade game? Might be a real arcade game. Okay. Get the picture. F1 Spirit, I've seen this mentioned as one of the best games on the platform. I've seen it in a list or two, I think. Konami. F1 Spirit, the way to Formula 1. appropriate. It's the Japanese Grand Prix this weekend, I think, isn't it? Battle mode. Stock race. Let's go for a ready-made car. Oh. What's that? Like a Countach. Okay, so you have to go through stages in order to get to Formula One. Is that right? Well, this might not. Okay. Push that out of the way. Whoop. Jeez, it's not easy to steer with a joystick. Am I supposed to be barging them out of the way? I don't think so. That's not how you get to Formula One, is it? Ah! Right. Too many things to get distracted by. What's that? Flappy Limited 85. Flappy. Is this a modern game? DB soft. Input keyword. Input speed. Ah. Okay. It's not a Flappy Bird. FM Music Composer. Oh, let's do Galaxians first and then Gallagher. Wow, it even had like the boot thing. Namco. Wow. Brilliant. Marvellous. Josh, it's just as frustrating as the original. Jeez. Got the extra points for getting them in the on the wing. There we come. Ah, greedy. Okay, nice. Let's try Gallagher and let's see if I can bank my my ship, right? Sounds identical to the arcade. Amazing. Oops, let's leave those. If I want to bank my ships. Right. Now then, how do I get that back out again? I think I just need to shoot that one. Ah! I have to remember not to kill my own ship. Like a doofus. Come on. Yay! Alright! That's it. I used to love doing this in Gallagher. I used to, back in the arcade, I used to remember what the bonus round, what the sequence was. There we go, the challenge stage. I have no idea what the sequence is now. I've forgotten, I've long forgotten. Oh dear. Not sure I can shoot fast enough either, actually. There we go. What did I get? 36. I think you get an extra bonus for getting every single one, if I remember right. This is thoroughly good. Thoroughly good, this version. Very playable. Even holding the joystick in my hand, which is not ideal, but I don't have room on the bench to put it. It's starting to get to my trigger finger. There you go. Look at that. I got a 5-stage badge. Come on. Ah. I think I've only got one ship left, so I can't bank this one. Can I? No. Oh, I did have one. Ah. I must have picked up an extra life. Challenge stage 2. No idea. Ah. Ah. Might get an extra life at 50. No, I'm not going to make it that far. Let's see. Whoa. That was close. Okay, I did not get an extra life at 50. 60 maybe. Even less likely to make it that far. Oh, my God, it started taking me up. It started taking me up, and then one of my bullets hit it, I think. Goodness me. Absolutely terrific. Terrific. There you go. What a machine. Okay. Loads more of those. Let's go back. So let's try these disc files. Let's just have a quick look at. So these are European games. So yeah, some of these Beachhead, Blagger. Don't remember. Yeah, Ghostbusters, Green Beret. Oh, these came out in Japan and Europe. Nemesis. Interesting. Those are like you know, precursors to R-Type. Nemesis and Salamander. I mean, I presume that these are the same games. I mean, they were in the arcade as well. Konami. Yeah. Terrific. Nice. Yeah, it was these. It was Nemesis that established that idea of if you hit a whole wave, you get a power up, and you can trade the power ups for different weapons, and you get things kind of orbiting around your ship and stuff. Price of Magic, just the level 9 arcade adventure game. Eh? Oh. Okay. Okay. Wow, it's pretty minimal. Graphics. Huh, okay. So going to redraw. Right, it just draws an outline of a door. Let's try going in. Oh, God. It's going to be locked as well, isn't it? Oh, no. Right. Okay. I don't think text adventures were a big thing in Japan, but there are some British ones. Spacewalk, that's one of the games that we actually had, isn't it? This is a Mastertronic budget game. Yeah. I'm not going to play it. Because it looks like a Mastertronic budget game. Track and field, okay. So these, I mean, I guess these are, a lot of these are Japanese games that were released in Europe as well. So let's have a look at disc games. So I think, how far did I get? I started going through these. Afteroids. How far did I get to? Alpha Blaster. Let's see. Okay. There we go. ACOSoft software. Alright. No sound. Oh, just a little bit. Laser overheated. Oh, blimey. Okay. Laser operational. That's it's a bit of a shortcoming. Right. Okay. Well, at least it worked. This is a disc game, so it does read disc files. Ormerote. I think this is another game that we had, or we had this on the Spectrum. I think I've got this on the Spectrum. There we go. So I think all of the Japanese games are ROMs, but some of the UK produced games, there's no sound in space. Very true, no one can hear you scream. But yeah, I was going to say that a lot of the UK produced games, I guess, came out on disc or were released on as disc versions rather than tape later on. Busu Tokyu. Let's just stop the... One thing that I kind of wish... Right, let's just talk about the BackBit a sec. I sometimes wish that it would scroll the file name so you can actually see some of these ROM sets or file sets have got quite long file names because they also include the year of publication and the studio quite often and the regions or countries that it was published in. But that looks like it says stop the tape, so I don't know if this is a... There was also CAS files and TZX files. Let's see what happens. I think there is a way of seeing the whole file name though. I'm going to see if that works in a sec. Okay. Key control, left, right, up, down, space. Put snake if you have it. Okay. Can you stop the train? Does it mean snake? That seems weird. Whoosh. Right. Alright, I'm not getting stuck into that. So does it say... So we've got this stuff that's accessible through the function keys. So this is the utilities directory. So we can create directory, we can set the machine date and time, I guess. Browser colors. And then you can choose these different boot sequences. So normal or fast. And we can sort the directories so that all the folders are at the top. Or just alphabetical. Quite nice. To prop. Here we go. Aleop. That's not the one that I was looking at, is it? How do I escape? Oh. How come I'm back there? Which one was it? It was this one, right? So if I do that, and then do F2... Oh no, okay. So... Oh, stop the express, okay. Not stop the tape. Stop the express, 1985, Hudson Soft, Japan. Generic disc. 720k. So, way more than the 64k. I don't know how the BackBit handles disk files. Was there 3? Saves. I guess just the original. Is there a way of saving game, like dumping, like taking a snapshot? Maybe. Tool. Okay. Duplicate, erase. So I've used erase to get rid of games that didn't want to run. Auto start on boot. What other options have you got? I just know. Oh, interesting. Okay, if you set that to yes, it does it. So yeah, like there are these utility menus available, which are each individually coded for the platform that the cart is running on. And it's a hell of an effort. I can't believe I had no idea that this thing existed up until about a month ago. One cartridge, one SD card for all of these different systems, and it's so functional. especially on here, like there's no need to reset the machine. The button on top of the back bit does a reset. Oh, that's interesting. Oh dear, have I set it to just boot into this one game? Shit. Shit, how do I get out of that? Oh, bugger. To hold something down. Okay, there we go. Okay, I can break out of it into basic, but it's just going to load the game again, isn't it? Oh dear. Okay, that might be the end of the MSX. Toying around with the MSX anyway. I mean, I can always go and take the autosave file off the SD card separately. I'm sure that'll reset it. Or I can look up to see if I can find how to boot into the cartridge. There's probably enough time spent with the MSX anyway, so luckily I've done it kind of at the end of looking at stuff instead of the beginning. Although we didn't find any disk cartridges that didn't work. And I know there are some, so... Oh! There you go. Look at that. So if you hold the button down when you put the machine on, it resets. We're in the same folder we were before. So let's just have a look at one of these games then. So what was that? F3? No, F1. Boot sequence F4. Auto start on boot. Set to no. Okay. So which one did I set to yes? Was it the second one down? This one. Oh, I'm setting them to no now. I can't remember which one it was. So this should go to the file menu. Yeah. Just check this one. I suppose that's really useful if you're playing a game, right? If you're playing a particular game and you want to go back to it, you set it to auto boot, and then every time you start the machine up, it goes straight into that game without you having to go through the file menus to select it and blah blah. Nice. And if you want to break out of it, you just hold the button down and turn it on. That's nice. Ooh. Looks like we have a boot loop on this one, huh? Okay. This is boot looping. Which game was this? Breaker. Oh, there's an alternative version and a T. Is that another alternative? Let's try these different versions. One of the things with, ROM sets is there's loads of alternatives, loads of different versions of the same thing, but never any notes about what they are. Like, why is this an alternative version? What's different about it? Why are there multiple snapshots of the same game? No idea. It's really annoying. This is just taking me straight into Disk Basic. So that doesn't boot. And this one that's marked T. Usually alternative versions are marked A, A1, A2, A3, etc. So I'm just gonna do a hard reboot. I think sometimes if I just hit the BackBit button to restart, it doesn't reinitialize everything. I think stuff gets left in memory. Let's just try these alternatives again. See if they still go to the disk. Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, that one does. I'm going to try that T version again. And then I'm going to do a hard reboot and try the top version again, just to see if that still boot loops. Yeah. Alright. I don't know what that means. Oh, not too far. Go back to Breaker. Okay. This looked like it wanted to boot. Yeah, no. New. Okay. Alright. So that's that. Really interesting. It's a really interesting machine. Has some really great arcade conversions and a whole load of other games to discover and play around with. And the BackBit cartridge works a treat. So yeah, thoroughly good. I'm impressed. Really easy as well. Like easy to choose things and select things, and it seems to run. Even does some disk images, obviously not all disk images, but probably, the ones that are on disk image may not even be worth playing because a lot of them seem to be conversions from other platforms anyway, so you might as well play them on the original, I guess. But for access to all of the Japanese games that were written specifically for this machine, it's A1, A+. Awesome stuff. Okay, so a couple of things that I want to do. I really want to try out the Acetronic version, or the Acetronic adapter. So just flick back here. So here's the Acetronic one. So I want I want to find a machine to test that with. I've got an MPU 2000 in a box down here, and I've got a Princetronic as well, which I don't think I've tested, so I want to do that. But that might take me a little while to solder up. I also took the kids to Extra Life Gaming Lounge yesterday, and which I hadn't been to for ages, and saw Mike, the proprietor, and we had a chat. And he went back behind the bar and pulled this out and just gave it to me, which is absolutely fantastic. So, a C64 bread bin, which clearly hasn't been opened since 1989, because it has this service label on the back. If I can hold it where it will focus, maybe. So it says, yes, it was serviced by a company called Discoland on the 27th of February 1989, and it says warranty seal, do not remove. So it has. One of the things I'm going to have to figure out if and when I do open it is how I'm going to get this seal off without damaging it, because I kind of want to keep it on there. It's such an original thing to have. But I was just going to plug it in and see if it works, which, you know, is not always the most sensible thing to do, but I've got a good working power supply, and if it's damaged, it's damaged. If I blow something, then I'll replace it. So I think there's a reasonable chance it will run, so I might as well just plug it in and see if we get any life out of it. So I think I'll do that first, and then I might solder up the Acetronic adapter and get a machine that works, and then stream tomorrow and try that out, rather than do all of that soldering and messing about on stream. I might as well do that off camera, and then do another stream tomorrow, and see if we get some life out of it and how it works on the Acetronic, on the APVS machines. So yeah, I'm going to do that. It's not going to take me very long to set up to test this C64 though, so I'm just going to pause the stream and move the MSX off my desk and get the right cables to test this, and give that a go. So yeah, bear with me, I'll be 10 minutes at the most. Okay. All right, I am back, folks. Yeah, it was a little bit trickier than I anticipated, because I'd forgotten if I show this, yeah, you can see there is a C64 on this floating desk behind me, which is all up and working and, you know, plugged into that screen, and I have a little Raspberry Pi disk drive emulator for it over here. So this gets some use. This sits up here, but I'd forgotten that I'd done like a bunch of cable management, so I had to like unwind the cable tidy in order to get the video cable out, which is now plugged into the TV that this is pointing at. So I haven't switched it on yet. We're about to find out whether it works or not. This is going to be a very short segment. If it doesn't, if it's dead, then I'm not sure there's much I'm going to do about it today. If it works, then we'll celebrate. I've got a dead test cartridge somewhere, so I might run a diagnostic on it, if I can remember how to, because it's been years since I worked on a machine, on a Commodore machine like this. But without further ado, I'm just going to flick the switch and see what happens. So I'm going to show you what I'm seeing. And here we go. Let's see if the light comes on. The light comes on. Screen, display. Yes! Awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Amazing. Thank you, Mike. There you go, it works. I know you weren't able to test it because you don't have the cables for it or anything, but shout out to Mike from Extra Life Gaming, which is a lovely cafe if you're ever in Sheffield and want to take the kids and play some games. They do great food, good coffee. It's really kid friendly, and they've got loads of games, and from most recent consoles to a whole load of original and emulated old consoles and game systems. So, as well as little arcade up cabinets. So yeah, it's a great place, and really chuffed about this. This is so good. To switch it on and have it work is great. There you go. Now you know it was working all along. Let's see if I can find a cartridge to shove into it, and there we go. Amongst all of my other testing paraphernalia, actually I also have one of those. What's that? There's random shite in a drawer. Yeah, this is a SID replacement. I expect this machine will have the original version of the SID chip, but yeah, I've never used this, because in fact the machine behind me has a different type of SID replacement that doesn't do the input-output properly, but this one does. So I bought this to go in that one years ago and never got around to it. But let's find out from running dead test whether the SID chip in this one works. Ah, so cool. I love plugging things in for the first time and having them work. Alright, let's try it out. I haven't tried the dev test cartridge out in 4 years or so, so I have no idea if that's going to work either. There it goes. It's going to run through all its standard tests. I'm going to make sure the sound is on, because it's going to run some SID tests as well at some point. 4164, those are the RAM chips. It's testing the screen RAM at the moment. I think that's what that character is that's running down. I'm going to test color. If you're still there, Derek, that's cool. You had a Memotech. I didn't know that. I mean, not many people did have Memotechs, right? But they're famous because they were the computer in Weird Science. They're very cool looking, beautiful machines, right? Was it MTG? What made them? Okay, that was the SID test, but it wasn't very clear actually. Might turn it up for the next one. It's going to run through the tests a few times. You don't know that? You don't know that movie? That was a cult classic, Weird Science. Like teenage cult classic in the 80s. Two nerds program a computer to design their perfect woman on their computer, and then it gets hit by lightning or something stupid, and then she actually appears. Yeah, it's got some classic scenes in it. It probably hasn't aged very well. But it was like, yeah, teenage fantasy stuff. But the machine that they used was a Memotech. It was quite famous for that, especially in the States. I think I don't think it was even. It was a British machine, right? I think it was. Is it MTG? Is that the? I can't remember who made it, but I've got a feeling it was a little outfit in Cambridge that made it, a bit like the Computers Lynx. So they chose a really obscure machine to use in that film. I think one of the SID channels is missing. There's a bit of, and it sounds like there's one just dropping out. Yeah, it's a beautiful machine. It's like made from kind of machined aluminium or something, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if you've still got it, but they're worth a lot of money now. People, I think partly because of the film, they're really sought after. Like a lot of those more obscure machines are, they're rare, so collectors really want them. Jupiter Ace and the lasers and the sword. Sam Coupe. Extruded aluminium, right? Not machined, but yeah, nice. I've never seen one in the flesh. I've only seen them on video, but they always look really chunky and solid. I really want to hear the SID chip again. Huh. I think it's a bit dodge. I might swap in this Polyplay SID replacement if I can figure out how to get the warranty sticker off. Yeah, I didn't use it much. It was an odd one. Obviously, it didn't have very much developer support. It came out quite late, I think, as well. So it was rapidly being outperformed by, well, the IBM compatibles in the office, obviously, but also like what Acorn and Commodore were doing with the Amiga, or are about to do with the Amiga, I guess. When did the 1000 come out? Yeah. It was a big rush, wasn't it? Like 84. A lot of companies tried pushing machines into a marketplace that was already saturated. Yeah, there's definitely like a clicking instead of sound going on in one of the channels. Oh wow, okay. 82 to 84. When did it come out? Yeah, it was the 500 and the 512. Presumably, I mean, I always thought the 512 was called that because it had 512k of RAM, but that seems an awful lot. 83 it came out. Goodness. Yeah. Yeah, Memotech originally manufactured memory add-ons for Sinclair machines. I mean, that's how I knew them, because they made RAM packs for the ZX81. Technically similar to, although not compatible with the MSX standard. Well, that might have been a mistake. Yeah, the 500 and 512 models could be expanded internally up to 512k, an unusually large amount of RAM in 1983. Gosh. Oh, here we go. The MTX 512, together with the FDX floppy drive peripheral, is remembered for an appearance in the 1985 comedy movie Weird Science, where it had a central role in the plot, being used to conjure the character Lisa, played by Kelly LeBrock. There you go. It's not the only reason it's famous now. That and the fact that it was capable of having 512k of internal RAM in 83. But I guess Memotech were a RAM company, right? Okay, we're running through these tests. I'm not convinced they're all passing. I need to check the test documentation. We're going to do the SID chip test again. sound test, and then it jumps back. We're not getting to do the RAM test. I'm not quite sure why. Why are we not doing the RAM test? I don't think there's another option on that. Let's try this. This is a Final Cartridge 3. If I plug a joystick in, will we be able to control it? It does seem odd that an American Hollywood movie would use an obscure British computer. The only thing I can imagine is that they wanted it to be, not easy recognizable. Like if they'd used an Apple II, people would have gone, it's ridiculous, don't be daft, you can't use an Apple II to do that. And you'd be right, obviously, can't use a Mematech either. But I can only imagine that it was because nobody would recognize it. It was so obscure, so bombed so badly in the marketplace that whoever did the set design or production design for the movie thought it'd be a perfect computer that nobody would recognize. I am pretty sure that... Oh, okay. Keys work. Joystick doesn't work. I don't know. I wonder if that does mean that there's some input-output issues with this machine. And the SID chip, the sound chip, does some of the I/O. So if there's an issue with the SID, then that might explain why the joystick doesn't appear to want to work here. I'm just wondering, does this have some... tests in it? I can't remember. Basic final kill. Oops. This way. $1541 Alps test. That's a disk test. Cassette copy. Menu maker monitor test. A bunch of tools, but I don't think any of these actually test the machine. Duncan Tunk. Oh, D-Link. Okay. It's really hard to remember. D-Link and T-Link. Okay, T-Link's probably a terminal. What's final kill? I don't remember what this does. I was wondering if maybe there was some more diagnostic stuff on this cartridge, but I don't think there are, and even if there are, I don't know how to use them. I think those are all like storage utilities. Actually, can I, if I go to preferences here, can I change, driver, joystick, oh look, what's down? That one. Joystick. Okay, now let's try port, which is port 1, the one that's closest to us. There we go. Okay, so we don't have input-output issues, it's just that this was configured to use the mouse, I guess. Oops, calculator. Yep, it's a GUI interface for a Commodore 64, folks. Yeah, C1351 I think is the mouse, Commodore mouse. So yeah. That's okay, I don't know what that's done. I know one of the things that this gives me. Oh, okay, it's reset completely. One of the things that the final cart gives me when I use it in the other machine is that it like preloads the kind of quick disk access stuff. So if I boot it with is it run stop held down? I think, yeah. You can like, you've got these fast disk access things that that address the Raspberry Pi disk emulator. So yeah, there you go. Apart from possibly having some sound issues, I think this machine's good. Let's see if I can actually run something on it though. Let's, if I can, will this reach? This, I wonder if this will reach. If I put that there. Okay, let's see if I can actually load something. I'm dismantling my other desk. I might be able to position this so you can see it as well. Oops. Okay. So here, if I move this back a little bit, it's right on the end of the power, the length of the power cord. Okay, dusty. So there's my little Raspberry Pi 1541 disk drive, which runs off USB. So if I drop that, there we go. That's there we go. So let me just get your the chat back up. Okay, so go here, off, run stop, on, loading, run it, woohoo! That's not what I want to do. I want to go up. Just make sure the sound is up. Oh yeah, sound's up. Okay, so this is my disk drive emulator. Let's get some arcade games in here so we can test the sound easy. Mooncrester. Classic. Oh. Whoa. Why did that happen? I'm not getting a sound when it loads, actually. It's supposed to go bong, right? Blong. Oh, I think we've got sound issues here. Deload. Run. I know Mooncrester runs. Open the disk. And I know it has sound too. It's being very quiet. Ooh, whoa. It's trying to... It's gone weird. Oh, no. Joystick control. Start game. Whoa. Wait a minute. Is this just because I've got it plugged into joystick port? The wrong joystick port, maybe? Oh, there we go. I think we have got some AI weirdness. I'm going to check this against my definitely working one. That sounded better. There should be explosions. I think one of the channels is duff on the SID, because that should make a sound. There's no explosions. I think one of the channels is being... It's got 3 channels. One of them is being used for white noise explosions, and... Oh, it tried then. It tried. Okay, alright. That's, what else would make sense? R-Type? It might take a while. There we go. Look at this. I love these. Hacked and trained. Oh, it sounds really squelchy, doesn't it? I don't think it's supposed to sound like this. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I've got the SID replacement, so that's an easy fix. Looks great. I think I need to lift this up a bit, don't I? I think that's as high as I can get this thing to go. It's a little bit annoying. Maybe just lean it back a little bit. Does that help? Lean it back and tilt it this way. There. Sure. Yeah. Why not? Okay, F11 player. Loading the next bit off disk, I guess. I mean, one of the things about this disk emulator is that it's no faster than the original 1541. Which was a famously slow machine. And famously heavy and expensive, because it essentially has an entire Commodore 64 in it as well. Wow, there we go. It was loading after all. Almost lost faith. Sounds pretty good, actually. I don't think I've ever played this with invincibility on, but I like it. In fact, there we go, look. I've got auto fire on this joystick, which didn't seem to work on the MSX games, but it works a treat here. There's a way of detaching my my thing, isn't there? Do I do that? That's it. And then attach it to the front. There we go. Nice. I'm not 100% sure, but it does sound like there's only 2 channels playing. Or the 3rd channel's trying to play, but it's just so squelchy. Okay, boss. Can't remember how to do this. What do I need to hit? Just in there, I think, isn't it? So, or you need to get all 3 of these extra eyes out. I don't remember. Definitely a channel missing. This music's bad. Oh, hang on. Maybe. Don't know what's going on. I don't really know R-Type very well. So, is this boss supposed to be doing this? Seems odd. It seems like it's glitched. Seems like there's some kind of artifacting going on. I don't know. I think something's gone wrong. Okay, maybe this machine. Maybe this machine does need a bit of work. Oh, how long are we into the stream? 2 hours and 15 into the stream, and I get a spam chat message. It took a while. It does seem to work though, mainly. I might just give one more thing a try. Let's something. Oh. Rama, that's a favourite of mine. I'm just looking for something that I know well, that I can definitely kind of compare with what I expect it to sound like. Oops. Alright. Further over. There you go. Whoops. I really want to do that. Oh, cool. God, can I remember what these do? What do they all do? Okay, that's view map. Let's look at my spell list. What's this one? Oh, that's like smart bomb if there's other things in the room. Active spell. I thought. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think there's something up with the sound, but this seems to play fine. Oh, okay, that gave me some more health. This is where you just smart bomb. Instead, I've got 3 map views. Let's see if I can find a sorcerer. Ah! God damn it. Oh, go into map view. Okay, that's that goes between levels. Oh, take that. That's quite cool. Oh, don't really want to go into the deeper level. Really, in fact, don't want to go into deeper level. I might not even be able to kill this thing. Let's go back up again. That one. Yeah. I'm not really ready for those levels yet. I would like to find a sorcerer that's health and do the Rana-Rama. Little mini game. Okay, I've done at the bottom here. Let's go up. Actually, let's just finish this off. This is a great game. Oh look, there's another elevator. The idea is that you get runes by destroying sorcerers, and then you can use the runes to get better offensive and defensive spells, which you need to be able to go down into the deeper levels. And you do that by finding a sorcerer and then jumping on him and entering a little mini game where you have to rearrange the letters of the word Rana-Rama. So pretty easy, or pretty straightforward I should say, not necessarily easy. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so that looks like the center of the maze. If I go up to this map glyph here, oh no, there should be there's a secret entrance. There's a secret room with some health. Okay, keep working my way up, but it looks like I'm going to have to come back around here. Yeah, here. Okay. My health. Oh, okay. Oh, there's another secret there. Oh, there's a secret there as well. On the end of that corridor on the left. There's a secret here somewhere. There. It's unusual that I haven't found a sorcery yet. Every time these things bump into me, I lose health. It's not great. Okay. I'm gonna have to end the stream soon. I really wanna... No, there's no way through there. I'm gonna have to go back all the way to the left and up that corridor, I think. That corridor, oh there's, yeah, you can actually see. Yeah. These things that I'm destroying here are generators, enemy generators, so these beach ball things come out of them. I need to destroy everything. That's strange that it jumps to there. Can it still go up? Yeah. Because I've only got basic spells, these ones aren't actually taking too much energy, but as you get more powerful spells, you lose energy as well, just for firing. Ugh. Ah, there we go. Oh my god, there's 3 of them. This is why. They're all in here. Jesus. Christ. And I can pick these runes up. Where's the M? Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh dear. Well, there you go. I've never seen that. I've never seen all the sorcerers in one place. But there you go. This is awesome. This is a working Commodore 64, so I'm very pleased. Yeah, apart from the sound possibly, but as I say, I've already got a fix for that. So I think I'm gonna let Flynn fix it if he wants to. He can clean it and recap it and maybe retrobrite it. It's very yellowed. I think we could probably give it a bit of retrobriting if the sun ever comes out this year. But that's it. I don't know if anybody's still there. I hope it's been interesting. Got to play a lot of games, mess around with old 8-bit computers for a bit, have a nice chat. So as I say, I'll set up to do the Acetronic BackBit adapter tomorrow, and we'll see if that works. I'm really excited about that, obviously, because I want to be able to execute some of the code that I've written on those machines, and this is my means of doing it. So that's what it's really all about. I don't know, Derek, probably like afternoon my time. So I'll see if I've got time early afternoon, which will be very early your time, won't it? So maybe not too bad. If I start at like 2 o'clock or something, it'll be mid-morning for you, I think, won't it, in Nova Scotia. Anyway, cool. Cheers, everybody, and yeah, leave a comment, especially if you watch this later. Obviously not live. If you watch it on YouTube, just leave a comment and let me know what you think, or contribute anything that you think is relevant to my almost complete ignorance of the MSX, for example. Alright. There we go. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Derek.